Welcome. I am Reverend Montclair, and this is Monday Church with Reverend Montclair for June 30th, 2025. I have a few things to read that spoke to me this past week, and I'd like to share them with you. This first one is by Ernest Hemingway, and it reads: The hardest lesson I have had to learn as an adult is the relentless need to keep going, no matter how broken I feel inside. The truth is raw, unfiltered, and painfully universal. Life doesn't stop when we are exhausted, when our hearts are shattered, or when our spirits feel threadbare. It keeps moving, unyielding, indifferent, demanding that we keep pace. There is no pause button for grief, no intermission for healing, no moment where the world gently steps aside and allows us to mend. Life expects us to carry our burdens in silence, to push forward despite the weight of all we carry inside. The cruelest part? No one really prepares us for this. As children, we are fed stories of resilience wrapped in neat, hopeful endings, tales where pain has purpose and every storm clears to reveal a bright horizon. But adulthood strips away those comforting illusions. It teaches us that survival is rarely poetic. More often than not, it's about showing up when you'd rather disappear, smiling through pain no one sees, and carrying on despite feeling like you're unraveling from the inside out. And yet, somehow, we persevere. That's the quiet miracle of being human. Even when life is relentless, even when hope feels distant, we keep moving. We stumble, we break, we fall to our knees, but we get up. And in doing so, we uncover a strength we never knew we had. We learn to comfort ourselves in the ways we wish others would. We become the voice of reassurance we once searched for. Slowly, we realize that resilience isn't always about grand acts of bravery. Sometimes it's just a whisper. Keep going. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it's unfair. And yes, there are days when the weight of it all feels unbearable. But every small step forward is proof that we haven't given up, that we are still fighting, still holding on, still refusing to let the darkness consume us. That quiet defiance, choosing to exist, to try, to hope, is the bravest thing we can do. Again, that was Ernest Hemingway. The only thing I take exception to in his writing, yes, life expects us to keep going. Yes, life demands us to be something for community, our family, our society. But when we have grief, when we have pain, when we have overwhelm, it is up to us. Ah, looking at my face in the screen. It's up to us to choose to give ourselves the grace and the time and the space to heal. Perhaps that was Ernest Hemingway's undoing. Because to keep on, keeping on, despite our brokenness, and yeah, there is some of that we need to do, but we also have to respect that there is a need to step back from the world, to take a breath for ourselves, and to heal, to drop out of society for a while, to turn off that horrible news for a while. I hit a wall when it comes to our crazy society. I had to take a step back. I had to drop something that wasn't serving me. I had to recognize that my sensitivity, that my heart that cares, was too battered by the overwhelming cruelty and injustices that I have been willingly witnessing every day. So this week I am on the mend, and I want you to honor yourself when you need to take a step back and mend as well. Meanwhile, there's lots of wisdom in this man's words. And unfortunately, his coping mechanism was drinking, and that was his undoing. If we don't add a problem to our problems, maybe we can heal from them. Maybe we can take a moment away from it without obliterating our consciousness. Perhaps we can choose something beautiful rather than something toxic. The next poem, writing, yeah, it is a poem. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, but I will try. It's a poem by Adife Adeyeye, Adeife, second name Adeyeye. Begins like this. There was a time I betrayed myself just to feel wanted. I said yes when I meant no. I laughed when it wasn't funny. I stayed quiet when something hurt. I kept people in my life so I wouldn't feel alone. But the truth? Losing myself to keep others was the loneliest thing I ever did. Love shouldn't cost you. And I really wish I knew better at the time. The day I started choosing myself, my truth, my peace, my voice, everything began to change. The more I stood in my light, the less I needed to be understood, and the more I became whole. I don't have a comment on that. The last reading is a poem also, again by a person whose name I do not know how to pronounce, but again I will try. The poem is called What I Will by Suhair Hamad, Suheir is the first name, and Hammad is the last name. What I will. I will not dance to your war drum. I will not lend my soul nor my bones to your war drum. I will not dance to your beating. I know that beat. It is lifeless. I know intimately that skin you are hitting. It was alive once, hunted, stolen, stretched. I will not dance to your drummed up war. I will not pop, spin, break for you. I will not hate for you or even hate you. I will not kill for you. Especially, I will not die for you. I will not mourn the dead, and I insert here, or stolen, with murder nor suicide. I will not side with you nor dance to bombs because everyone else is dancing. Everyone can be wrong. Life is a right, not a collateral or casual. I will not forget where I come from. I will craft my own drum, gather my beloved near, and our chanting will be dancing. Our humming will be drumming. I will not be played. I will not lend my name nor my rhythm to your beat. I will dance and resist and dance and persist and dance. This heartbeat is louder than death. Your war drum ain't louder than this breath. So last week, I mentioned I hit a wall with all of the cruelty and all of the pain inflicted on innocent peoples. And uh, the difficulty that I was having in my work and in my own job that was physically demanding and emotionally frustrating and in its own way confounding to the spirit, foolishness, and lack of foresight in the workplace. And I can understand how people can get so beaten down and so afraid that they give up. I can understand the moment where you say it's not worth it, it's not worth living. I can understand the guy on the internet who made a comment on someone's post that said, we're all so overwhelmed and um, I don't know what the other word was, but that dying is the least of our concerns. Because something that was a precious vision of our society that many of us held, obviously not all, that we had some shreds of integrity, that we believed in equality, that we believed in opportunity for all. And yeah, the mask is off of America. I can't even call it the United States anymore. So when life is so difficult that our best efforts are thwarted, or that our desire for safety, our desire for community is fractured, I get it. There are times where I've thought, just thought, that perhaps it isn't worth living, that I could just take a bottle of sleeping pills and go lay down by my dead dog's grave. Because in the end, what do we have but our spirits? And that's why we cannot let anyone break our spirit. Much love to you on this journey of resilience. Be who you truly are. That's it for today. Walk in beauty.